We are going to learn something called a slowly changing dimension, which is very, very useful with respect to the ETL testing. We are going to learn slowly changing dimension, which is divided into three: slowly changing dimension type 1, slowly changing dimension type 2, and slowly changing dimension type 3. Yes or no? Yes. So slowly changing dimension means the dimensions are changing slowly. So what we have to learn in slowly changing dimension type 1 is this. This is a particular record which is having employee ID as 1, employee name as Shyam, salary as 1000. Effective date is from 1st January 2022 and location is India. So this is type 1 record. His name is Shyam and it is his detail. Now, guys, if you can see, this is a diagram I have made. Is what this is the ETL logic. Let me just make it in a different color so that you can completely understand. This is the ETL transformation which is happening, and this is the ETL tool which we are using is nothing but the Informatica. And after the ETL development is done and the ETL logic is implemented, when we run the workflow, then what will happen in SCD type 1 is that the most updated record will be there. That means what? If this person Shyam, what happened is, if this person was Shyam and he moved from India to USA, so what will happen is the only record which will be kept in the data warehouse is USA, and that particular record India will be completely updated. Are you clear with SCD type 1? The old record will be completely not present in the data warehouse in the target, and only the updated record will be there. Yes or no, guys? Yes.
Vikram, can I get the access for recording? Sorry to
Yes,
disturb.
sure. Yeah. So only the updated record will be there. The person has moved from India to USA. Before he was in India, now he has moved to USA. So in the data warehouse database on the target, only this particular, what will happen? Only this particular updated record will be there. The old record, the historic record will not be there. Am I clear? The old record and historic record will not be there. Tell me yes or no.
Yes.
Yes. So that's why this surrogate key is surrogate key is again a unique key which is generated in the data warehouse by itself. We are not creating this surrogate key. It gets automatically generated in the data warehouse database by itself. This is a primary key, also called as natural key. Natural key is a key which can identify a record uniquely. It can be selected as a primary key. So this is a primary key, and I'm calling it as natural key. Any record which can identify a record uniquely, that is nothing but a natural key. And those natural key can be selected as a primary key. And if it is not selected as a primary key, it becomes an alternate key. So that is what is a natural key, any record which can uniquely identify a record, like primary key. So now this natural key is selected. This record is completely unique. So what will happen in SCD type 1 whenever we...
Sorry, Vikram, could you please allow me to record this session? Sorry.
Sure. Okay, sure. So guys, what I was telling is natural key is employee ID which can uniquely identify a record. Okay. It can be selected as a primary key. If it is selected as a primary key, and if it is not selected as a primary key, it is what? An alternate key. As of now, what happens? Suppose this is a primary key. It is selected as a primary key. It is identifying a record uniquely. Now what happened? This this person moved from India to US, only updated record is there. This is SCD type 1. This was before record. This is after record. Only the updated record is there. We do not introduce the concept of surrogate key here in the data warehouse because this employee ID, this particular natural key is enough to identify that record uniquely. So this surrogate key implementation is not there. Am I clear till this much? Tell me yes or no. Any doubts, guys?
Yes.
So this record is this natural key is itself enough to identify that record uniquely. So surrogate key concept is not there in SCD type 1. This is SCD type 1, simple. The old record will be updated with the new record. That's all, nothing. Now come to SCD type 2, which is mainly used in the data warehousing concept and which is mainly used to implement a particular data warehouse, which is known as slowly changing dimension type 2. Now, type 2 is a complex topic. Guys, please concentrate here as you will never ever understand type 2. Now, see here. Here, an employee ID whose ID is 1, his name is Shyam, his salary is 1,000, effective date is 1st January 2022, location is India. Now, SCD type 2, guys, after ETL transformation, we have run the workflow from Informatica. What will happen is, guys, there will be historic record. So what will happen is historic record means what? Now what happened? First, this person is from India. He went to the US. Then he went to the UK. Yes or no, guys? Yes. From India, he moved to US. He moved to UK. Now what happened, guys? This ID, is it getting repeated? This primary key? Tell me yes or no, guys?
Yes.
So this natural key, we'll tell it as natural key. Any natural key is a key which identifies a record uniquely. Okay. Now this natural key is no more unique, because what happened, guys? This is getting repeated. In this case, what happened? Data warehouse generates a key by itself that is called a surrogate key. Can you see this surrogate key? Yes.
Yes.
So surrogate key is always a numeric value. Surrogate key is in the data warehouse system. Surrogate key gets generated automatically. Surrogate key is a sequential number. 1, 2, 3, 4. It will keep on increasing. 3 things I told you. Surrogate key is in the data warehouse system. Surrogate key gets generated by itself. Surrogate key is numeric value. Surrogate key is sequential number. It's always a sequence. Suppose 1, then 2, then 3, then 4. Like that, surrogate key gets generated automatically in the data warehouse database. There is no concept of surrogate key in the database. In the traditional database or transactional database, there is no concept. Only in the historic data warehouse database, there is a surrogate key concept, which is used to distinguish the natural key. Here, natural key is getting generated. So we have to implement what? Surrogate key, which is in the SCD type 2. It gets automatically generated, this surrogate key. Fine. Now listen here. Now, please concentrate here. From India, he went to US. Okay. Now 3 columns. Whenever SCD type 2 is implemented, 3 column is the most important column. Always remember that. One is from date, next is to date, and next is active flag. These 3 column will be implemented if it is SCD type 2. There can be other further columns of date columns like load date and updated date, but these 3 columns is must and should for this SCD type 2. Always remember these 3 columns. For SCD type 2, what will happen is from date, to date, and active flag. Okay, fine. Now this person is in India from this to this date, and we have made this active flag as N. That means we have terminated this record. Whenever this to date is given and flag is made active as N, this particular record is terminated. Always remember this. To terminate a record, we have to give the to date and we have to make the active flag as N. This particular record is terminated. Now he went to US. Now here also, can you see he is active from which date? Can you just tell me the date? These dates are very important. Which date? 1st January 2022 to till what? 31st March 2022. Yes or no, guys?
Yes.
And what is this date, guys? Can you just tell me?
31st 12 2021.
Yeah, that is 31st March, 31st December 2021. Yes or no, guys?
Yes. End date.
And what is this date?
1st of
From
Jan.
1st of Jan. What is the difference between this and this date? Can you just tell me? From to date to from date, what is the difference?
1 day. Year.
One
change.
day means
Year.
see, now listen here. The new record to date, new record from date is 1 day next to what? Old record to date. Yes or no, guys?
Yes.
Remember this concept. If you are implementing SCD type 2, 3 columns, from date, to date, active flag, then next concept you should remember is the flag column. Whichever column is not active, we'll just keep it NN. Whatever is active, we'll keep as Y. Second concept. Third concept. This to date column in the old record and the from date column in the new record, the date difference will be 1. Okay, this will be always the 1 day ahead of this old record to date, so that there is no gap of the dates. Is this concept clear? To date and from date? Yes or no, guys? Yes.
Yes.
In the old record, the to date will be there, and the from date will be 1 day more than the from date of the from one day will be more than the to date of the old record. Fine. These three concepts I've told you. Next, from here to here, this particular person, this is 31st of March 2022. So what will be this date, guys? Can you just tell me? 1st of April 2022 or not? Yes. One day more than the to date of the last record will be from date. And this date, the active column date, which is the active record, will be always an infinite days. Some people give it as null, but that is fine. You just give it as what? Null date, an infinite date. What is that infinite date? 31st December 2099. That is an infinite days. So this date can just tell that this is the most active record. This flag can tell it as what? This is the most active record, or this value can tell it as what? This is the most active record. Yes or no, guys?
Yes.
So there are SCD type 2 some notes I just wrote here, that data warehouse to understand which record is valid and which has expired. So which record is valid and which has expired can be thought by using what? Using this to date and using this active flag column. Yes or no, guys? Tell me yes or no.
Yes.
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 So now these particular things can be used to identify a record uniquely in SCD type 2. This is fine, guys. Now, if I in SCD type 3, let us just first understand SCD type 1. You have understood. SCD type 2, did you understood? It will keep the historic record. 3 columns are there: from date, to date, active flag. Based on the from date, to date, active flag, or the current value, we can identify the new record. This is nothing but your SCD type 2, which is mostly used, because here what will happen? Tracking of records can be there. It keeps the historic records. Number of records increases. Yes or no, guys? For SCD type 2, tell me yes or no. Yes.
Yes.
Now SCD type 2 is mostly implemented. Now we will come to the last is nothing but your SCD type 3. Okay. So now in SCD type 3, what happens? What I told is that here this particular Shyam, he went to US, then he went to UK. Okay. So what happened, guys? First he was in India. After India, he went to what? He went to US, then he went to UK. So only last 2 values will be there. That is nothing but a previous location and current location, and the effective date column. Here also surrogate key column is not required, because we can uniquely identify as the number of records will not increase in SCD type 3. Only one column will be added. That is nothing but your previous location and current location, and with the effective date column. That means if Hrithik Roshan is divorced now, so there will be two things. First he was single, then he is married, then he is divorced. Will not keep all those things. Only the marital status will be what? Previous marital status and current marital status. Previously he was married, now he is what? Divorced. Effective from this date. That is nothing but this kind of historic information, partial historic information. If you want, we'll go for SCD type 3. So now guys, tell me where we will get the full historic information. Can you just tell me?
2. Type 2.
SCD type 2. And what happened in SCD type 1? Only the updated records are there or not? Yes or no, guys?
Yes.
And in SCD type 3, partial historic records are there or not? Yes or no, guys?
Yes.
If you have understood this much, so let us just see here. Let us see this particular diagram, okay? So are you able to see? So tell me, after seeing this, which is the logic implemented here? Can you tell me? Is the department name changing from education to a strategy? Yes or no, guys?
Yes.
So which is the logic implemented
Type
here?
1. Type 1.
Type 1. Great, great, great. You are getting some understanding. Now tell me which is the logic implemented here. Tell me.
Type
This
2.
is
It's
no,
a type
no,
2.
Yeah. Yeah. Wait.
Full historical things.
Yeah. Let me just make it more clear. Yeah. This is which one? SCD type 2.
Type 2.
So
Type 2.
what is the difference here, guys? What is the difference here? Here we are keeping the education and we are keeping the strategy. Yes or no, guys?
Yes.
Then what is the difference? Can you see? This is a
Date.
natural key. Okay, this is uniquely identifying. Now this is not able to identify it uniquely. So what will happen? Will this surrogate key get generated? Yes or no, guys?
Yes.
So can you see this product key is nothing but your surrogate key? Yes or no, guys?
Yes.
So now what happens, guys? Now this is what I told you, from date, and this is the end date, also called as expiration date or effective date. Yes or no, guys?
Yes.
This is flag representation, which is what? Expired and current. Yes or no, guys? Is the same figure or not? Tell me yes or no.
Yes, yes.
Now let us just see. This is which one? This is which one, guys? SCD type 3. What will happen in SCD type 3? Can you just tell me? One column will be introduced. What will happen that? That is the prior department name and the current department name. Current department name is strategy and prior department name is education. Are you clear till this much? Tell me yes or no.
Yes.
So are you getting some understanding of these things, guys? Tell me yes or no.
Yes.
Are you getting the understanding? Tell me yes or no.
Yes.
So this is the SCD type 1, SCD type 2, and SCD type 3. Now, guys, this is the surrogate key, this product key. I have taken this diagram to make you understand this is a surrogate key. In SCD type 1, these generally developers do not implement it, but they can implement. If they want, they can implement, because this will not change, right? Here, this is enough to identify this record uniquely. If they want, they can implement this. If they don't want, they cannot implement this. But for SCD type 2, it is mandatory. Similarly, for SCD type 3, it's an optional. If you want, you can put this surrogate key. If you don't want, don't put, because our natural key is enough to identify the record uniquely. Am I clear till this much? Tell me yes or no.
Yes.
Yes. Guys, any doubt in SCD type 1, type 2, type 3? Let me just show you again. This is just the updated records are there. This is not implemented. We can implement also. Okay, this it can be implemented. It cannot be implemented. It's an optional field. So this is fine. Here also here, but this is a mandatory. Here you have to put the surrogate key gets automatically. Here also not implemented. Implemented. If you want, you can implement. If you don't want, you cannot implement. This is an optional field here, because natural key is enough to identify the record uniquely. This diagram is clear. This diagram is clear. Then you are clear with this SCD type 1, type 2, type 3. Are you clear? Tell me yes or no.
Yes.
Are you confident?
Yes. Almost.
Guys, tell me, are you confident? Tell me yes or no.
Yes.
Yes, Vikram.
If you are confident, can we start the validation part?
Yes.
Are you confident?
Yes.
Okay, if you are confident, then let's start the validation part. First of all, SCD type 1. What will happen, guys? Advantage. This is easy to handle. There's no history. This is fine. Disadvantage, all history is lost. No tracking is possible. When to use? When we don't want to track the historic changes. Till here, this is very easy concept that India is changed to US, and then that updated value is there. That's all is the concept. This is very, very easy. But this part is not easy. This part is tricky. Tell me, guys, the validations. First, what we will validate? Tell me yes or no.
Count.
First, we'll validate the count. Tell me the query in the source side. First.
Select.
This is the diagram. I'll show you the diagram. Suppose this is a diagram. Tell me, what is the validation? This is nothing. Education is changing to strategy. This is your natural key. This is your surrogate key. This is implemented only. So now tell me, what is the validation for this one? How will you validate?
Select count.
Select sort from
Guys, hold on. We are validating count. What is the validation? Select
Count of.
count of
which is that? Suppose this is the ID column. Okay, let us just take it as a SKU. SKU is a ID column. Consider this as an ID column. Suppose this is a employee ID column. Okay.
Okay.
So tell me, what will be the validation? Suppose
Select
this is an ID column. Product key, this is the ID column. Tell me the query. Select count of ID.
ID.
From where?
From
Source.
source.
Yes or no, guys?
Yes.
What will be the output? Can you just tell me?
3, 1, 1.
1, 2, 2.
1 row.
Guys,
One
are
row.
you see, guys? Now
Yeah, 1
I
only.
am telling 100 times. Understand
Okay,
the
okay,
concept.
1 row.
Here, education is changing to strategy. Only one record, same records will be there always. There's no historic. Yes or no, guys?
Yes.
So I can just write select count to start from source. The output is 1, and in the target side, can you just tell me the query?
Select count of
Count of
ID from target.
This is very, very simple SCD type 1
Output
because the
1.
records are inserted and updated. Yes or no, guys?
Yes.
Yes. Output
Is what?
1.
Excellent. Excellent. This is first validation, guys. Excellent. Tell me data validation. First. Select. Tell me data validation. How will you validate these two columns?
Select
All the fields we
Depart-
have to take.
Huh?
department name.
Product
Department
key.
name.
First, we'll take all these columns. Okay.
Yes.
Suppose let us just take this one. This will be easy. Select. Let us just take this.
Employee
this is
ID.
the source. What are the
Employee
what are the
ID.
column?
Employee ID. Employee name.
All these columns. Okay, it has
Mm.
come this way in a weird way. 1 second, guys. Yeah. So these columns. Okay. Select all these columns from which table?
Source.
Source.
Okay. Then. No. Hold on. All the columns will not come. Will the effective date column come?
No.
Yes. This in SCD type 1, this will come. Yeah. All this column location. This is simple. Okay. All these columns from which table?
From source.
From source. Then what will be the then? Tell me the complete query. Minus what?
Minus select the same
All these columns from which table?
target.
Target. Yes, guys, because only the updated values will be there. Yes or no, guys? Tell me yes or no.
Yes.
What will be the output?
No rows affected.
No rows found.
Found.
Yes or no, guys?
Yes.
This is A minus B, source
From
minus target.
target.
If I want to do target minus source, I can do or not? Tell me yes or no.
Yes.
Yes.
Just is the reverse of this query. Yes or no, guys?
Yes.
This is excellent, guys. If you have understood this much, then you are excellent. Let us understood the null validation.
Mm.
So suppose I wanted their employee ID should not be null. So can you just tell me the query?
Select
Let us start
from
Start from
target
target.
where employee ID is null.
Null.
Null. And what should be the output, guys?
No rows
No rows found.
No records.
found.
Okay. Duplicate validation in the employee ID column. Can you just tell me?
Select
employee ID.
ID,
comma count of ID
count of ID from which table?
Target.
and so
Target. Group by what?
Group by
group by
employee
ID having
what?
count of ID
Of ID.
greater than 1.
1.
Great. Now you people are remembering all the queries. Great. Output is what?
No rows
No
found.
records.
Records found.
No, guys. Next is next is the main important thing. Till here we are doing continuously in many things, so this is fine. Again,
Transformation also.
yeah, this is also good. This is also fine. I'm not telling that this is not good. This is general validations what we are doing. I'm
Mm.
satisfied with this. Now we are going to learn something called as insert, update, and delete logic. Okay, this is very critical with respect to the all the SCDs. So now tell me insert logic. How can I check in SCD type 1? What we will do is we'll insert a record in this source and see the result in the target. Now, guys, now you have to be very careful. This is we'll insert a record in the source, and if it is a new record, will it be inserted? Yes or no, guys? Yes. If it is a new record, it will be inserted. Yes or no, guys? Tell me yes or no.
Yes.
And if the same record, duplicate record we are inserting, that will not be inserted in data warehouse. Are you able to understand? That will
Okay.
get deleted. Am I clear? I'm repeating again.
Yes.
The record which is in the source and the same exactly same record, if I'm inserting in the data warehouse, the logic should be implemented. Delete that record. Duplicate record cannot be inserted into the data warehouse. Am I clear? Tell me yes or no. Yes. Now, if there is updation, okay, there's some updated record is getting inserted. Yes or no, guys? Yes. So this is called as what? Update validation. Okay. Insert validation, insert a new record, it should be implemented. Insert a duplicate record, it should not be inserted only. So we generally just check for the new record, it is getting inserted or not. Duplicate record, if you insert, it will just get deleted. Now, next is that, guys, if we update a record, if India is updated to USA, what will happen, guys? The updated record should be shown or not? Tell me yes or no.
Yes.
Can I check the update or validation? Tell me yes or no.
Only updated will come or this?
No, only
All the
updated will come. That is SCD type 1. Yes or no, guys?
Okay.
First is what? Insert a record in the source and see the result in the target. If new values are getting inserted, then it should be inserted into the target or not. Tell me yes or no.
Yes.
If a new value is getting inserted in the source, run the workflow that should be inserted. If and only if new value is getting inserted. If duplicate value, if you're inserting, that will not be inserted. Yes or no, guys? Remember this.
Yes.
Duplicate
Understood.
value, if you have inserted, that should get deleted. And if it is getting inserted, that is a error. Just tell to the developer. Fine. Next I am telling is what? This I have told duplicate record will be deleted. Now I am telling update logic. How to check the update logic? Can you just tell me? Suppose we update a record in the source and run the workflow. Then what will happen, guys? Then in the target, what should happen? Only what should happen? Updated record should be shown. Yes or no, guys? Did you understand this much? Update validation. Update a record in the source, run the workflow, then what will happen? Only that updated record data should be shown in SCD type 1. Are you clear till this much? Tell me yes or no.
Yes.
Now, delete logic is very rarely used, but if you want to validate this, you can validate. First time you have already inserted a record, delete that record. Delete that record from where? From target, okay, and run the workflow. So what will happen? The particular record should be inserted as what? Inserted as a new record. Are you able to understand? Yes.
Okay.
This is generally we don't test delete, but if you want to test delete, you can just write that what? Delete a record in the target, and then what will happen, guys? Voice is not clear, Sarkar. Guys, am I clear or not? Tell me yes or no.
Yes, you are audible.
Yeah. Please check your connection. Check your internet connection. Okay, now guys, now what I was telling is this delete logic will delete a record in the target, again insert it, and it should be inserted as a new record. Did you understood the validation SCD type 1? Tell me yes or no.
Yes.
Yes.
Is it interesting or not?
Yes.
So now we are going to deal with SCD type 2, which you have told you have already understood. So this is fine. All the historic and the current data will be there. Tracking of history can be done. It will size will increase, so performance can be a problem. So when we use SCD type 1, when tracking of history is required, this is to fill this is theoretical things. This is fine. Now, how to validate the count? Can you just think? How to validate the count is very complex in the source and in the target. How can we validate this count? See, now very simple, guys. See what happens is this is my source, okay? Now this particular source, now if you see the active, which is the active, it can be tracked based on what? Based on the three things. Can you just tell me which are the three things? First is the value, then is what? The date column, and then
Active
is the active flag column. Yes or no, guys?
Yes.
So if I want to validate the count, I will have divided into three. What is the first? First, if it is in India, I will put the filter condition as what? Location equals to India, and in the target, location equals to India, flag equals to N. These two conditions are enough to identify, and if I want, I can put the from and date condition. So can you just tell me the query in the source and the target side? What will be the query in the source side, guys? Can you just think? Select. No one is telling anything. Tell me, count of what? ID from source. Where what? Location equals to what?
India.
India. Yes or no, guys?
Yes.
So now what will happen? This will give a particular record. Suppose I'm getting a record called as 1. Okay. Now if I want to validate in the target, what I will do, guys?
Select count of ID from target.
From target.
Where
what,
location?
guys? Location equals to, yes or no, guys? India.
Yes, India.
That's all easy enough, but I can put other filters like what? Active. Flag equals to what, guys?
1. Y.
Y, huh? As I told you, SCD type 2 is very confusing. This is already old record. Yes or no, guys? Active flag will be what?
N.
And okay.
And then what we can write? Date column, can you just tell me? Date column, can you just tell me? Effective from date equals to this, and effective from date equals to this, and to date equals to this. Yes or no, guys?
Yes.
So that also we can write.
Filter
What we can,
condition.
yeah, this also we can write. What we can write?
From date.
Date equals to, this is the particular from date.
Format.
Okay, this is a particular from date, and we can also write what, guys? Tell me next condition. And
To
date
To
equals
date.
to what? Just for
The
your
same.
understanding, I am writing you guys all the three conditions. One condition is more than enough to identify. If I write
Yes.
what? Only the location till here, that's enough. This two is what? An optional condition, but I'm telling you that all these three conditions can be used. Yes or no, guys? Did you understood this much?
Yes.
What will be the output of this query?
1.
Excellent, guys. Excellent. Next validation for another location. Select count of. Tell me fast. ID.
ID from
From
target.
source.
Where
Where
location equals to what?
location equal to US.
US. Fine. Excellent, guys. Now target side query.
Output
Tell
will
me.
be 1 for source, and select count of ID same from target rate. The target
Where location equals to what?
US.
And date
And
will change or not?
from date will be 2022, and to date will be 31/3/2020.
The
Yes or
UL,
no, guys?
And the flag, active flag will be N,
Yes or no, guys?
Yes.
and 1 is the result.
What is the output of this record? One or
One.
not, guys?
One.
What is the output of this record?
1.
One or no, guys?
One.
Yes.
One.
This is fine. Now again we will check for which column?
UK.
UK. Yes.
Same.
This is again. This is source. I have written just 2 to make it clear. Okay. Now source 3. Tell me the validation queries, guys. Select.
Select count of ID from source where location equal to UK.
Okay.
Hmm.
No, this is fine, guys. Output is 1. Now tell me the query in the main thing is the query in the target side. Okay.
Yes.
So now tell me the query in the target side. Can you just tell me?
Select count of ID
From
Count
target.
of ID
from target where location equal to UK
where location equals to UK.
and active flag equal to Y,
Excellent.
and from date
1/4/20.
And we can just write down the what? From date and to date, whatever the particular specific dates are there. Yes or no, guys?
yes.
Yes.
For example, if we give that active flag N means it will show the error, right? No.
Yes. It will not give the exact count, right? There's no record. It will tell no record found. Yes or no?
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
This is an infinite date. What is that infinite date? 13, 12, 29.
99.
Yes or no, guys? Tell me yes or no.
Yes.
Yes.
So target equal to 1. Well,
Can we match these things or not? Tell me yes or no.
yes.
Many people will just tell, we cannot match this particular count and all those things. All these things are no. We'll just put the conditions and we can match it. I'm writing your queries only to make it very, very clear. Or here, this is the first query source. This is the India. Output
Source
is what?
1.
Target. Now again, what happened, guys? This is source. This is the target query. The target query. What happened? I'm writing your query so that it is very, very clear. Same thing we have written based on the effective flag and location. Output is 1. Similarly, source 2 I did. Let me just make it source 2. And then output was 1. Again, same like in the target. What will happen? The output is 1. Source 3, again UK. Target. The output is 1. Yes or no, guys? Yes.
Yes.
Next is the data validation. So yeah, a data validation. Can you just think of the queries, guys? Data validation. If I want to validate the latest record, what will be the query? Can you just tell me? Suppose select a star from, select a star not. We have to specify the particular columns. Tell me which are the columns we'll take. which can be validated. Can we take this 5 columns? Yes or no, guys?
Yes.
From where? From the source.
Source.
Yes or no, guys?
Yes.
So these things from the source. What is the filter condition I will write here? Location equals to what? Final location is what? UK. Yes or no, guys?
Yes.
Yes.
And then what I can write here, guys? Can you just tell me? Minus
And
what?
Select.
All
select
these columns
All the columns.
from the where?
Location. Where location?
No, first of all, from where?
From target.
Target. Where location equals to UK. Yes or no, guys?
Yes.
yes.
Okay. Also, I can write what? Active.
Active flag equal to
Why? Similarly, I can put what? Date and all.
date.
Filters.
From date to date.
Yes. So did you understood this concept? Yes or no, guys?
Yes. Yes.
For
Yes.
any inactive flag also we can write A minus B. Yes or no, guys?
Yes.
This is the query. This is a data validation query. This is fine. Now tell me, output of this will be what, guys? No records
Records
found.
found.
Yes or no, guys?
Yes.
This is very, very simple, very, very easy. Excellent. Null. If I want to check that the employee ID is not null, what will the query?
Select
star form.
target
where what?
where employee ID is null.
Output is what, guys?
No records found.
No record found.
Excellent, guys. Now insert thing I have to check what will happen, guys. This is again very, very critical. Tell me insert record. First I'll insert a new record. Then what will happen, guys? It should be inserted or not?
Yes.
Yes. Now if a new record is inserted, what will be the flag column, guys? Can you just tell me?
Why?
Insert a new record. Check it in the check it is updated in the target with flag and to date and updated column. Okay. From date and to date, all those things are there. So insert a record. Okay. So let us take insert a new record. Okay. Where? In the source. What will happen, guys? The record. What will happen in the target side? The record should be inserted or not?
Yes.
In the target with what?
Active flag.
Active flag as what?
Yes. Why?
Why? Yes or no, guys?
Yes.
New record and the effective from date, effective or to date will be what? Infinite date. What will be the effective to date? Effective to date. Can you just tell me? Or effective to date, or just we can tell it as what? To date also. We can tell it as what? To date.
To
To date will be what? Infinite date. What is the infinite date I told you? Just you write down any infinite date. 12, 31. This is generally practiced, so we write like this.
2099.
Yeah. This is generally practiced. Okay. Many people write 9999999999. That is also fine. You just practice this one. Yes or no, guys?
Yes.
Now, if we now update logic, how can I check, guys? Tell me. If I update a record, what will happen in the source? And update a record in the source and then load, what will happen? Updated value will be shown in the target or not? Yes or no, guys?
Yes.
With the flag column as what?
In
Updated
target.
record flag column will be what?
Why?
Y, and that old record, the flag column will change to what? N. Yes or no, guys?
Yes.
And corresponding start and end date will change or not?
Yes.
And delete logic is what, guys? If we delete a record in the target and insert a record, then check the data in the target that it should be inserted as a new record. Yes or no, guys?
Yes.
So this is the logic, guys. Always remember that we don't have to only check the count and minus and duplicate here. We also have to check what? Insert logic, update logic, and delete logic. So always remember that in SCD type 2, we always check what? Flag column, and the old record flag column will be N, and that should be terminated. Terminated means the effective to date should be given. From and to date will be what? And the active flag N makes the record terminated, but the new record flag will be Y and effective end date will be infinite date. Yes or no, guys?
Yes.
If you are clear till this much, then SCD type 3, just I told you 2 columns are added, previous and the latest value. I told you Hrithik Roshan, he was a single, he was married, he was divorced. So we'll just keep the partial history, married and divorced thing. That is what is the SCD type 3. Similarly, count is same. What is the count validation, guys? Can you just tell me? Records will not change here. Can you just
Yes.
tell me count validation? Select count
ID.
start from source, yes or no, guys?
Yes.
Target query. Can you just tell me?
Count of ID from target.
Because record is not increasing. Yes or no, guys?
Yes.
This is fine. Minus.
The same.
Minus, how can we check? Select the. Would tell you
All
minus,
the
minus,
all the
minus,
column
minus.
names.
What is the column? This all columns. Okay.
Mm.
From what?
Source.
From the source minus what will be?
Minus select.
Minus will be what? Only the latest record. Suppose what is the here? See here the previous record was India, but what happened later? We changed to US. Then we changed what? UK. So here we will take what?
Where
Location
condition location equal to India.
Location equals to UK, and here we will take this column, this column, this column, and current location column. Are you able to understand?
Yes.
Can you just tell me the query if you have understood this much? Select what, guys?
Employee ID.
All these columns from which table, guys?
From source.
Yeah, tell me here. Select all this column from the source where location equals to UK, minus select all this column from the target where location equals to UK. Yes or no, guys? And location
Yes.
will be what? Current location. Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes or no, guys? Are you able to understand? Tell me yes or no.
Yes.
Yeah. So now, guys, if you have understood till this much, this is the data validation queries. So now tell me, guys, is the next thing is that you have understood this much. Duplicate thing. Are you able to understand duplicate query?
Yes.
How we can duplicate the same thing? What?
Yes.
Select ID. Count
Comma
of
count
what?
of ID
Count of ID.
from
From target.
target
Group by what?
group by ID
ID.
having count
what?
of ID greater than 1.
Yes or no, guys? Output
Yes.
is what?
No
No
records
record.
found.
Null. Null is same thing, guys. What is a null? Employee
Select.
ID is null. Select start from target.
Employee
Where what?
ID where employee ID is null.
Output is what?
No records found.
Insert update logic, as I have already told you guys, insert a new record, it should be inserted, and update a record, there should be a 2 columns should be there, current and the previous. Suppose a person moved from India to US to UK, so only US and UK will be there. Delete a record and insert a record that should be inserted as a new record. That's all is the validation. Are you clear till this much? Tell me yes or no.
Yes.
Did you understood SCD type 1, type 2, type 3 validation? Tell me yes or no, guys.
Yes.
Yes.
Are you clear with these things?
Yes.
Yes.
Did you understood, guys, this SCD type 1, type 2, type 3 validation? This is
Yes.
very, very important validation, guys. Nowhere in internet you try anywhere. This is very, very like this validation which I have told you. Keep in mind always this particular diagram which is already shared to you. All the validations query, this particular diagram which is already shared to you. First, what are the validation? We'll validate the count, we'll validate the data, we'll validate the duplicate, we'll validate the null, and then we'll validate the insert logic, update logic, delete logic. Insert and update also we can validate. We can insert some records and at the same time we can give some updated record. Yes or no, guys?
Yes.
That particular thing also we can validate. Keep these validations very, very neatly. You should explain this, at least this validations if you explain, the interviewer or anyone in this world will get very, very impressed. You do in your project, excellent feedback you will get. This is what I close this SCD validations, guys, today.